Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match follow show on the internet. We've just come back from the London Stadium. It was West Ham 0, Tottenham 1. Unfortunately, Scott, take me through the starting lineup, please.
Yeah, a couple of changes in this one. Fabianski continued in goal. Criswell come in for Masuaku at left back. Diop and Balbuena in the centre. Zabaleta right. Centre mid, Snodgrass replaced Obiang. Nobes, Rice, Yarmolenko, Anderson out wide with Arnie leading the line up top.
Would you have picked that lineup?
Yeah, I'm presuming Obiang was injured.
He must have been if he's been left out
because he weren't even in the squad. So
which is a blow really, because I said the other day on the show, the radio show, didn't I, that this game was going to be won or lost in midfield, and when you lose, our midfield's been playing so well the last few games, and to lose Obiang, it was. But I thought Snodgrass done in. He come in and done well.
I don't think it was just the fact that we lost Obiang. It's just that we've got no one to put in there. That's the problem.
But that's the worrying thing, because obviously Sanchez is injured, Wush is still injured. So you're looking where'd you pull someone from? And
at the stands.
Well, the thing is, there's youngsters there, but centre midfield wise, ready for first team action. There's no youngsters, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough to chuck a youngster in there in a big game like this, but it's frustrating today, wasn't it?
It was just frustrating. It was frustrating to watch. I'll be honest with you, I never thought we was going to break them down.
No, look, I'm going to give Tottenham credit where credit's due. Their defence today was solid. They set up well. They had their back four, but they also had Eric Dyer drop in there as well to help them out. And we just couldn't break them down. We tried, but we couldn't.
No. Like I said, it was more frustrating.
I don't think it was too much of a lack of effort either. I think especially second half, especially. I thought first half it was a bit flat.
Maybe an Andy Carroll might have been a better test for him, but
do you know what? I brought that up on one of the fan cams, and the geezer said, "Right, you can't rely on him."
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. But I just think that Tottenham was solid at the back today. They wasn't great today. I think their fans will tell you they wasn't great. But look, they've gone out. They've took their chance, and they've got the 1-0 victory. It was overall, it was probably a draw, deserved a draw, but. That's Premier League football for you, mate.
You are right. A draw for the 90 minutes. A draw written all over it.
Especially in the second half. Yeah. I think the first 20 minutes we were on top. Tottenham took over, took control of the game up until half time. Got their goal.
Right on half time,
which is a killer blow. Obviously Yarmolenko went off. Looks like a serious ankle injury.
That's the most frustrating thing.
Well, you knew it was serious when Arnautovic sort of looked at him and sort of run off, didn't he? Because
he was just getting into the game for me as well.
Looked like Arnie went like that. Fuck that. No, it's always like when your players go down like that, it's not a good thing. And
there was no one near him, was there?
No, he was free at the back post, wasn't he? It looks like he's just landed on his ankle.
Yeah, I couldn't work out whether he turned and landed on it, or whether he's turned and because there was a Tottenham player near him, whether they've just sort of.
At first, I thought it was his knee. I thought it was his knee at first.
It didn't look like there was no one.
Nah. Because I was sort of like in line with it, so I couldn't see beyond.
He was having a decent game as well, I thought.
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought he was growing into it.
There was just something lacking today. I mean, even sort of Mark Noble weren't really getting stuck in like he usually does.
I thought he had a bit of a. Normally for Spurs, he's
any
like
London
terrier,
derby. Yeah,
he weren't like that today.
Yeah, and
I think it's the midfield though. I think it's a
not only that, he didn't have Obiang doing some of his running, and Spurs sort of knocked it about in the middle, didn't they? So
especially when we went to
Winks was good.
Yeah, Winks was good today.
Kane was turd.
Yeah, it's a Tottenham weren't
Diop
great.
Was fucking brilliant.
I'll tell you what though,
he was our best player today, Diop.
I know you say Kane was poor today, which it wasn't a great game for him, but he still made a lot of runs, and I said to you, didn't I, that for him to play 2 games for England during a week, play in Spain on Monday night and then come back and play a full 90 here, he didn't have a lot of support up there, but look, we that was down to Diop and Balbuena as well. Diop was quality today. He's getting better and better each week, and Balbuena as well. He didn't put a foot wrong today either, did he?
Exactly. I think Diop.
So when did the mistake for the goal come? Not cutting out the cross.
Yeah, not cutting out the cross. I can't remember who put it. Was it Sissoko that put the cross?
Yeah, it was.
So and it was a good header, good finish. Fabianski couldn't do nothing about it. And that was it. You go in 1-0 down, and I'll give our boys credit. Second half, we threw everything at them. We tried. We didn't give up. Robert Snodgrass for me was man of the match. You know, the way he was chasing, even in the second half when he chased that ball down.
I think for me it was Diop.
Yeah, Diop, yeah, but I just thought
I know what you were
Snodgrass.
saying with Snodgrass.
He done a lot of running.
Yeah. And the worrying thing for me was the performance from Anderson. You know, the first 3 corners he put in didn't beat the first man.
did it?
And look, I'll give, if you're going for a near post cross each time, fair enough, but 3 times it's piss poor. And then they have to put Snodgrass on the corners. Not being funny, why is Snodgrass taking that corners on free kicks? For Hull, I know we've not seen it for us, but
I think, when you're on that side, Snodgrass left-footed, so it's always going to be an outswinger, isn't it? Anderson's right-footed, he wants an in-swinger.
I'm annoyed. I've had enough of Anderson.
See, I disagree.
I wouldn't say I'll have enough of him, but it was frustrating.
Man United,
today.
he was superb.
Yeah, Chelsea was superb.
Yeah, today he had a bad game. Now the thing is, in the Premier League, you can have a bad game, but get away with it by putting the shift in, putting the work rate in. The problem was, he didn't do that.
He knew that he had a bad game because just before half-time he took his shin pads off, threw them on the floor. He thought he was probably coming off. He was probably surprised as anyone that he was said to go back out for the second half.
I'll be honest with you, I think if the injury to Yarmolenko hadn't have happened, I think he would have gone off.
He probably would have come off. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, you can't, with a player like Anderson, even though he had a poor game, you still think he's going to have that bit of quality just to find that pass or that cross. But it wasn't a great game for him today. But look, we move on. It's tough. It's tough to lose any game. Even the crowd today weren't.
Both ends.
Yeah, both ends. They just, I don't know. It was a weird game. Maybe because we're used to playing them on 12:30 or something. You know.
It's unusual to have a 3 o'clock kick-off against them, wasn't it? Normally it's always switched around.
I think this is Pellegrini's first time in England that he hasn't scored in 2 games consecutively.
I thought that was a piss poor game of football.
Yeah, both teams.
Both teams.
I didn't like to. It wasn't pretty to watch from either team, and I think that show reflected in the crowd. Got a bit feisty a bit in the second half when a couple of
was
strong
it,
challenges.
Well, that was probably the most entertaining thing.
Was it Arnautovic and Sanchez when they got in each other's face, little handbags? But that's what he needed. That's what he needed.
I don't understand some of that refereeing today either. And I ain't saying that because we lost.
No,
I'm saying that because I thought.
I don't understand how when he stopped play for the ankle injury in midfield.
Yeah.
He's only meant to stop play with a head injury because then about 10 minutes later we had the same thing and he played on.
Exactly, and that's it.
So,
and the thing is, there was a foul on Kane in the second half where Arnautovic had been manhandled down near their box and he didn't give it, and then the foul on Kane he gives, which the foul on Kane was light compared to what happened with Arnautovic.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying
the yellow cards, mate, was the one for me.
Non-existent.
They were smashing us up and down off the ball. A couple of strong challenges by us. He was dishing out yellow cards. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what he was seeing. Like, I don't know whether he's just forgetting or what.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't feel like a London derby, did it, today? And usually, like, not only against Tottenham, but when we play like Chelsea, Arsenal, Palace, we're always up for it, aren't we? But today it was. But look, I'm just going to put it down to Tottenham were superb at the back for me today.
Yeah, they
very well organised.
They were well
grinded it out.
Well
organised.
They're
a top team, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's it. At the end of the day, if you're not playing well when you're grinding out 1-0 wins, that's what you want.
They've been doing that all season.
Yeah.
They've been doing that all season.
And people said that because they didn't spend no money, that they was going to struggle. When you've got a quality team, sometimes you don't need to upset the apple cart and spend loads of money.
The worrying thing from my point of view with it is I thought we'd turned the corner. With over United, I thought we'd turned the corner.
I think it's hard to judge from today because
2-1 defeats on the spin.
Look, how many games we played? 9? 10?
So,
how many is it? What do you know?
I don't know, mate.
We've played some really good teams in that.
Of course we have.
We've played all the top teams. Yeah.
Chelsea, Arsenal, United, Liverpool. We ain't played City yet.
It's the only one we haven't played. Yeah.
We've got them coming here soon.
No.
City,
yeah. But we've played a lot of the top teams. We've played a lot of the top teams already. And like, there's teams like Tottenham. They haven't really played any of the top sides. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that we're in comparison to them, but we've got a run of games now where we can start to look and think, right, this is where we should be picking up our points. Yeah, the worrying thing is if we don't start picking up the points.
That is exactly.
Yeah, if we go to Leicester next week and lose, then you've got to start thinking to yourself, hang on a minute. Like,
but that's it. It's the lack of intensity in the past 2 games. That lack of intensity has cost us points.
I think it's the lack of competition. in the midfield.
Yeah, because now we've got a few injuries. You look at the beginning of the season, you had a lot of competition fighting for places. Wilshere gets injured, Sanchez gets injured, now you've got your three. Obiang's picked up an injury. Yarmolenko's now picked up an injury, which could be a long-term injury.
Yeah, I think that's...
Fingers crossed it's not.
But it does look like it.
It could be a season ender for Yarmolenko.
The way he went down, the way he signalled,
It was the worrying thing for me was it was the way Arnautovic sort of reacted. When your teammates do that, they know it's serious. And but look,
What do you think it was, a break then?
it might have been a twisted ankle. It might have been a ligament. I don't think it was a break because they would.
To be honest, I think out of a break and a ligament damage, I think a break heals quicker.
Yeah, break's probably you probably want a break.
Yeah,
but it's gutting him. But
just the thing is, that was just a downer of a day.
the thing is, like in previous seasons, like we've lost to Tottenham, and I've felt like, oh fuck, you know what I mean. But today, I'm not. I'm gutted we've lost, but it's not the same as previous seasons. Like when we lost here last year, 3-2 to them. I think it's because of the effort we put in, and it's not like they've rolled us over.
No.
They've not dominated the game.
It wasn't a game that should have been won by anyone. No. It was
I think they had more possession than us, but we had more shots, more on target.
I think, like you said, if you look at the footballing side of it, you would say a draw would have been a fair result for them.
And I think Tottenham fans probably would have said a fair result.
How many saves really did either keeper have to make?
Well, Lloris pulled off the header from Arnautovic. What was the other one?
And then the one he saved from
Arnautovic when he went through 1-on-1.
Yeah.
There was another one as well.
And then the other one he tipped round the post.
Yeah, and then Antonio had that chance right at the end when he just sailed over the crossbar.
Yeah.
And
it was unlucky, though.
If that was Obiang, that would have been top corner.
I think that was unlucky because that looked like he was going in.
Apart from the goal they scored.
To be fair, the way Antonio's been playing,
one or two saves. Yeah.
To be fair, the way Antonio's been playing last few weeks, that was probably a cross.
I was just speaking to my brother coming out here, and he reckons he's a bit down. My brother, he's a bit fed up with it. He's coming to America with me next week, and he's glad. He said he's glad to get away with it for the next 2 weeks because he's fed up with all of this. He can't see where the next week.
Yeah, wait till you're sitting in America and you turn on. What's that? Leicester 0, West Ham 4.
That's what happened when we couldn't get the Swansea.
While you're queuing up for Space Mountain.
But, he's feeling a bit down of it. I was trying to explain to him these things don't happen overnight, and I still believe that I've seen an improvement in the play.
This is
the Brighton game. Yeah. I said to Ryan on the way. Who did I go with? Hello.
I think this is
Hello,
our.
Put him on. Put him on
Graham's
loudspeaker.
on post-match point. No, leave him. Don't give him the satisfaction.
Put him on loudspeaker.
Hello. Yeah, we're filming. What's up?
Oh, well done, Graham. Thanks for appearing.
Thanks for your appearance
this season. See you soon, Graham.
Bye, mate.
Fuck off.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.
We are filming, Graham.
Bye.
Remember Graham?
Yeah.
He was the one that sat that in and never said anything for 3 seasons.
Some people still think he's here.
Yeah.
No, he said he's a bit down, but I couldn't see the improvement. And I said to him, it doesn't happen overnight. And he said, I said, there's a lot of deadwood to get rid of. I think there's quite a bit of deadwood to get rid of.
The thing is, as well, mate, I think this I think this is a worse start or the same start as the Avram Grant season, and obviously we finished bottom that year. But I don't feel like
there's any danger.
No, it's because when I look, there's still one win and you move up a few places.
You look at the Grant season, we were struggling to create chances. We're still creating chances.
Grant season, we have picky.
The game last week against Brighton, it was just one of them games that nothing dropped to us. Nothing.
And that was sort of the same today. I mean, I think the Tottenham players had extra long legs today because they just got their foot to everything.
They were first to the second ball.
Yeah,
that's
what we lacked today. That's you sum that up there. We lacked the second ball in key areas.
But you look at the Brighton game, right, we lost that 1-0, the second half was a massive improvement. I said this in the preview. You look at the first half against Brighton, better decision making from the Brighton players. We're going in 2 or 3-0 down at half time.
Yeah.
Because we didn't do the simple stuff.
Things, yeah.
You know, Murray's another one of them strikers that causes a lot of problems. And we leave him unmarked for 1 goal. And then there's 2 or 3 times when if the ball's played in, but he's unmarked again.
I still think there's a lot of people that want out of this club, to be honest. There's quite a few people. I don't think Cresswell really fancies it anymore. If I'm honest.
I thought he had a decent game today. That's one thing we lacked today was Masuaku down the wing.
Exactly.
See,
which for me,
he was on the bench.
He should have come on instead of Antonio.
He might not be as fit as we.
Well, that's the only reason I can think of, because as much as it said Antonio during the international break, he's been away training, working with coaches, doing his own thing, trying to get himself fitter and all that. But Masuaku has got the skill and the trickiness. Antonio is just literally running. Do you know what I mean? He's going to bully players. Masuaku's got. We saw it against Spurs last season, what he can do when he's running forward. You got Creswell behind him. Anderson's having a stinker. Chuck him on.
Yeah.
You know, he's a natural left footer. He's going to get the ball.
Well, one player.
Antonio's going to cut back each time.
We ain't even mentioned him yet, but he come on. I thought he had a really good game. Diagana, the youngster,
which I've got to give Pellegrini credit for, in trusting him to bring him on.
Confidence in him.
You know, because the like for like swap would have been bringing on Antonio.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough game for him to settle in, but it's one of them ones where you sort of think to yourself, right, this kid could either.
Spurs had 3 men on him at one point.
Yeah, they was worried about him.
They were worried about him.
They were worried about him. Yeah, they were worried about him. But I thought we'd done all right.
I thought Declan Rice looked solid today. Again, another good performance from him. Zabaleta. I can't really fault, apart from Anderson today, I can't really fault a lot of the players. Like I said, Noble didn't look like the same Mark Noble that we've seen over the last few years against Tottenham. But look, it's just one of them games you just got to move on from now.
How different is his cup game?
The cup game for me, look, I've always said the league is where we want to be. 3 points today would have been massive, but the League Cup finishes in February. We should go out with a strong team against Tottenham because we can go on and we can progress, and you never know, we can maybe get to the final, semi-final, final, who knows, but it's a competition we should definitely be aiming to win, because Tottenham have got Man City on the Monday night, so their team that they're going to put out now Wednesday, you're not going to see Harry Kane, you're not going to see Lamela and Ericsson probably. They're going to put out a lot of their youngsters, so it's a chance for us to an opportunity, and it's not just because it's Tottenham that I know we want to beat Tottenham, but that would be the same if we were playing Man United, Man City, Chelsea, anyone.
Yeah, and the thing is as well with Spurs, they've got to keep one eye on the Champions League. You know, they haven't had the greatest start in that, so they're going to be wanting to rest players. But
who do they play? I forgot who they play now, but they played the same team back to back, so they need to win both games.
And exactly. So that's going to work in our favour. The only downside is if he does play a so-called weakened team, there's going to be players in there that are going to want to prove a point. You know, we've got to put a strong side out, but we need to protect some of our players.
Yeah.
You know, because look, I'm all for going for cups, and the League Cup is a cup, as you said.
But
finishes early. We should be going for it.
The thing is, as well. Go on. What I was going to say is, I forgot what I was going to say. No, what I was going to say is that cup game, we're going to have Hernandez. Hernandez is back now, but Andy Carroll should be fit as well, so he's a different option as well. You'll have Diagana.
And that will give you a chance to rest an Arnautovic, who's obviously carrying an injury.
But I would play.
I put him on the bench.
I would play him just for the first 45, just to.
To be honest, I'd stick him on the bench.
All right, we'll stick him on the bench.
Yeah, if you
no.
need him.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But I always like to get these done in the first half.
Try and get. But I'd stick him
Because
on.
I feel if you bring him on second half, I know it can't go extra time, but then penalties and whatever.
The thing is, like you said, you got both sides of the coin, haven't you? You start him and try and go for it in the first half, and then bring him off at half time, or you put him on the bench, and if it don't work,
I think
the thing is, though, our next 2 games are key as well, because in the league, because we've got Leicester away and Burnley at home. For me, 4 points minimum from them 2 games.
It has to be because
if you come out of them,
I think we're going to start picking up points now.
We need to.
Because the way I look at it, I know we don't like losing, but there's no point drawing at Leicester, drawing at Burnley, because you might as well lose at Leicester and beat Burnley because you get 3 points instead of 2.
Yeah.
I know you don't like losing, but you've got to look at it like that.
At the end of the day, if we get to after the Burnley game, we've beaten Leicester, beaten Burnley, you take this loss on the chin, you know what I mean?
I just hope that this season after the Burnley game is a lot better than what it was last season after the Burnley game, because we lost 3-0 and it was.
I think the spirits are still up.
Yeah, look.
You know what I mean?
I see a lot of people outside that ground today staying behind after fan cams and even drinking in the concourses after, and no one looked deflated. And you know,
that's it. Like I said, we got beat, but
it's not bad for a team that lost their cup final, is it?
Yeah, we didn't get beaten, if you know what I mean. You know, where we normally roll over and get.
I don't. I'm not too.
Last season we was 3-0 down, weren't we? And then we brought it back to 3-2 and could have nicked a point. But we beat them in the cup last year, and then we obviously drew at Wembley last year. So it'll be similar this season, I think. I fancy us to beat them in the cup, and then it'll be nice to.
I just see ladies here basically.
Where the stage is to the other side.
The other side of the stage.
The other side.
Yeah.
This is what I love about post-match pint.
Oh,
it's unedited.
Yeah.
People ask where the toilet are. Everything.
No, but yeah, no, I'm not too dejected.
No,
You can't be.
Look, you're going to take a bit of banter and stick off the Spurs fans, but we'd give them the same if we beat them today. That's football. That's football. So yeah,
I pulled the bolt out.
it's all going to pot.
Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, shall we end it there?
Big game next week, Leicester.
Yeah, big game next week.
You're away.
No Nicky.
Yeah, no, Nicky.
2 weeks you miss it, you're away.
I'm away for a while.
When you're back? City?
City, I'll be back. I'll be back for other bits and bobs between.
You'll be
them.
here for Huddersfield post-match
Have you,
pint.
have you,
Yeah, I'll be
have
here,
you
bro.
sorted out your watching the game with the is it the Tampa?
Yes, I'm going to sort it out.
Alright. The way you answered that. Yes,
I'm
I'm going to sort it out.
No, he's given me a few dates. I'm going to pick one, and then we're going to go out there, and I'll probably take my brother with me.
Like Gary was saying, he wants to go walking around Disney with Mickey Mouse. He don't want to be.
He wants to. You want to watch the football, won't you?
I'll tell you what, Gal, you better be careful, mate, in Harry Potter world, dear. They'll all be asking for photos.
They'll think I'm Voldemort. He's all fucking Harry Potter.
Got it.
We're to run through there, me and you.
That's how you want to earn a bit of money out there. Put a wizard out there. Stand in the corner. Gary Potter.
Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint. These boys will be back for the Leicester game. Obviously, I'll be back in a few weeks' time. Thank you very much. Go and follow us on Twitter at West Ham Fan TV, Facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV. Go and check out all the fan cams that we did today, all the content that will be coming next week. I'll have some content coming from America, and that's it. Thank you very much. One thing left to say, boys. Come on.